Oh,
It was at this moment that he knew. He
That idiot lit himself up like a Christmas tree on the 4th of July. Dang. Hey everyone, I'm Ghost Mule, and welcome back to my channel, Everyday Backpacker. So a few days ago, I posted a rather embarrassing short on YouTube. It was a video of me, well, spraying myself with bear spray. And somewhat surprising, that short went mini viral, receiving almost 10,000 views in 30 minutes, which for me is kinda crazy. So after thoroughly embarrassing myself on the interwebs, I thought I would do a follow-up video to share with you some of the lessons I learned from this rather unfortunate incident. So first, a little backstory. Some of my friends and I decided to go on a weekend trip, and while we were on that trip, I noticed that my bear spray was close to expiration. So I thought, hey, I've never really fired one of these before, so it'd be a really great opportunity to get some training in. So with that in mind, we decided to pick a place that we thought was safe to do it, and we checked the wind, because it was a little windy that day. We checked it about 5 times, and we were pretty confident that the wind was going in a certain direction. What we didn't know was that Mother Nature had laughed at our plan and decided to slap us back into reality. So without further delay, here is that clip in all of its unedited, embarrassing entirety.
we're live. Oh, uh-oh.
A little bit, not bad.
Need some more? It's not a good time for the wind to change direction.
Ooh. It was going perfect there for just to the last.
Go ahead and turn it off.
Way to go, dumbass. Thanks, Chad. Clearly not my most intelligent moment in life. In fact, I'm relatively convinced that about half of those 10,000 views is my dad simply watching it over and over again, just wondering where things went wrong. So as you can see in the video, what clearly goes wrong is the wind eddies at the worst possible time and it blows the fog of bear spray back into my face. Now, at this point, I could have very easily buried this clip and never shown it to the public or given it the light of day, but frankly, that's not how I roll, and quite honestly, there were some things I learned from this that I feel are pretty good teachable moments. Any mistake that you're able to walk away from is just a lesson in disguise. Now, fortunately for me, I saw the cloud of spray coming at me, and so I instinctively decided not to breathe in because I knew that that would cause a lot more problems, so I didn't actually get any of the bear spray into my lungs. I did, however, get it onto my face and in my eyes. Now, initially, I was able to open my eyes for a short period of time before the burning got so intense that I wasn't able to keep them open. But within a few minutes, the burning became so intense, I just couldn't keep my eyes open at all. In addition to the eyes burning, my face felt like I had the world's worst sunburn. Trust me, I'm an expert on that too because of my ginger skin. Now, we were quickly able to flush my eyes, and after about 20 minutes or so, I was able to open my eyes fully and be able to function again. However, the burning on my skin lasted for about 2 hours. So the first and most important lesson that can be learned from this is the simple fact that in an actual bear encounter, we don't have time to be able to check to see which way the wind is blowing. In fact, you probably don't even have time to get the damn thing out of your holster. Bears just don't care. So for me, I had the realization that in an actual bear spray deployment, there's a high possibility you may end up getting some of that spray in your face. So it's important to know what you're going to do if you do deploy your bear spray and you end up getting some of it in your eyes. Because as you know, if you do spray your bear spray, you're supposed to leave the area. But in my experience, within a very short period of time, I wasn't able to open my eyes in order to be able to move to a different area. So this has seriously made me reconsider the decision to go out into areas like this without people along with you. Because if I hadn't had the 2 guys with me, it would have been a lot different situation, especially if there was actually a bear involved. Now I can already read the comments. Well, wind doesn't affect bullets. That's true, but also as a paramedic, I treated at least 3 people who accidentally shot themselves, and I can tell you that, although being sprayed with bear spray is not pleasant, that was way worse. So for me, even though this was not a fun experience and I 100% do not recommend doing it, it was pretty good learning and showed me exactly what I would be dealing with in that situation. And lastly, I definitely recommend that you train with bear spray, because the more familiar you are with using it, the less likely you are to mess it up in a situation where you actually need to use it. However, it's important to make sure that you're doing your training in a safe manner. So instead of just discharging a expired bear spray and hoping that you don't experience the thing that I did, UDAP actually makes a product that they sell online that is basically an inert training device. This is a can of bear spray that has all the kick but none of the bite. There's no capsaicin in it, and it won't burn your face if it gets onto you. And at half the price of a regular can of bear spray, it's an invaluable training tool to make sure that you're prepared for use in the backcountry. And that's it. I hope my embarrassing experience is a tool that you can use to really consider what's going to happen if you're forced to deploy your bear spray in a backcountry situation. It's easy in hindsight to look back and laugh at the dumb decision that we made in order to go forward with this. But the reality is in an actual bear attack, you're not going to have time to even think about these things. You just have to act and deal with it as it goes along, because they are emergency situations and they're not scripted. And so at the end, I hope you found some value to this and maybe a little bit of humor at my expense, which is perfectly fine because I try not to take myself too seriously anyways. But all joking aside, it's really important to take bear safety seriously, especially in grizzly country, because every year we unfortunately see incidents where people do in fact have bad encounters with these animals. That being said, given the amount of people that recreate in here versus the amount of incidences we have, it's still very, very safe as long as you take the precautions that are necessary. So please, take those precautions and be safe. And as always, keep hiking on.